Hi, welcome to the Kilby Studio. Welcome back if you're already a Patreon and YouTube subscriber, and welcome to the new people. I hope you find a lot of information here that you can use in your art journey. We have a lot of graphite tutorials lined up, oil painting classes lined up, and some colored pencils. So let's get started on a graphite tutorial of Alena. I'm going to show you how to go with dramatic lighting from a crease to a light area. This is something we're going to play around with today. Normally when I teach graphite, it is light to dark, but in this instance, we're going to go from dark to light because I work left to right because I'm right-handed when I draw or paint, left-handed when I pretty much do anything else. So when I started this, I started with a B pencil in this area here. So this is my drawing, my line drawing, which you'll get as a downloadable. Now graphite has a lot of glare, so if you see it's kind of hazy, that's probably why. So we'll try to adjust that as we move along. What I'm using is a B lead, and I use Graph Gear 1000s. They're made by Pentel. You can use Graph Gear 500s. There's really no difference. I just like the feel of the Graph Gear 1000s. Graph Gear 500s are much cheaper, and they're around $5 or $6 from Amazon. You can get these from Amazon for about $14. These are 0.5 in diameter. That means the diameter of the lead. So I came in here and started off with a B pencil value. And this is all about hand pressure. I kind of work my way down and over. The pressure on my hand is about a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm sure I didn't start out with that kind of hand pressure in the beginning, but that's what I'm using now. So when I get out here towards the light, this part right here, I'm going to lighten up on my pressure quite a bit. So I'm going to lighten up on my pressure. Probably change pencils. I have several of these Graph Gear 1000s. I think my pencil ranges are from a 6H to a 4B in pencil leads. I do use wood pencils, but the only wood pencils that I use are a Mitsubishi Hi-Uni pencil, Tombow Mono Professional 1 or something like that, or the Caran d'Ache Graphwood set. The Graphwoods are actually the softest pencils I've ever used in a wood pencil. So you can see I'm starting to lighten up on my pressure here a little bit. I don't use blending stumps. This takes a while to build up the layers, so you'll have to be patient. Small pencil strokes, no gaps. No white of the paper showing through. If you want to use a paper stump, that's fine. I just choose not to because I think that it causes problems. But these paper stumps, which are pointed at both ends, are made of rice paper. Those are the only ones that I'll use if I use them at all. And you can use them. I just don't think that it leaves a very flawless outcome. Well, outcome really is probably not the right word, but it just doesn't leave it very flawless to me. I think sometimes it leaves blotchy areas and it causes problems and you have to go back and fix them. So I just choose not to use them. So now I'd like to change pencils to an HB. So I'm grabbing an HB lead mechanical. And I'm going to keep drawing. Hopefully my hand won't get in the way, but sometimes it does. So I'm going to make the two sections gradient and marry together. So now I'm going to switch to an H graphite graph gear pencil as we're getting out into the lighter area. You probably won't see much difference, but there is a slight difference. I think you have to work a little harder to get the darks. So we'll just keep layering, which is a big, huge secret to graphite. Layers. Well, for me it is anyway. So just keep going. Listen to music, have fun. Okay, this is a little bit of a tutorial on how do I get rid of that little dark area that just made my forehead that I'm drawing all blotchy because I accidentally pushed just a tiny bit harder than normal. Well, there's two ways to go about it. One is to look at your photograph and see what the value is, and if you can afford a little wiggle room to make the surrounding area, meaning this, around this little dark smudgy part, can you afford to make it darker? If yes, then just work around it until it matches the dark area here, and it should disappear. This does take a little bit of time, so you just have to be patient. That's why sometimes I'll just put in my earbuds or something like that to do, maybe listen to an audio book at a very low level. I don't like to expose my ears to large or higher decibels. Or I'll just use my Alexa and have her read the story or whatever. Podcasts are great. Music in the background is great. So I think I'm okay with this value going a little bit darker, but probably not much more. And there you go. It's like putting on a patch. It disappears. So just keep working. I'm still working with an H pencil. Just remember to maintain the same amount of pressure. It's going to get lighter as it goes this way. I'm not sure if I'll change pencils to a 2H, but I might. It just depends on how my hand feels. And just keep going.